All right, there's some Snake Island for you with an intertribal song right here on Indigenous Insights. In the studio, we have a guest. He's a sales representative here at Eagle Radio, and he's also a professor over at the Ojibwa Community College. Joe Schutte, welcome to the studio.
Oh, you're too kind with the professor part, but I'll take it.
Well, I figure that's kind of the word. I mean, when I used to go to school when I was younger, as I was teacher. You're a teacher. Yep. But now in college, it seems like a professor.
I'm the professor.
So first of all, being a teacher, you had a summer break.
I had a summer break. It was really good. I've got 2 more classes coming up this semester, so I've been taking the time this summer to kind of tighten them up and work on them. We're going to do the beginning cooking class again. Uh-huh. We do that every semester, and then we're doing another class that is going to be. It's kind of like Native American and local cuisine, heritage cooking, and being able to use organics and the things around you and things like that.
Very, very cool. So
sustainable is the word I was looking for.
Sustainable. So kind of like a lot of maybe some homesteaders, people that maybe some canning and stuff like that, or
I don't know if we're going to get into the canning part because a lot of people do that around here, and they do a great job of it up at the LaPointe Center. But the other things that we're going to look at is what's available here in the county or in the 4 counties, how we can use it, how cheap can we get it for, what do we have to substitute it for, and then introduce those into recipes that we'll be using, because it's going to be a recipe-driven lab that we're going to have. And hopefully, and this is a good chance for me to also ask a shout-out to all the moms and dads and grandmas who have these recipes that if they would be willing to give them up, I would be grateful. I would be happy if they could send it here to the radio station, to me, send it to you at your website, your email, because we really do need some extra recipes, especially local ones. I want to get that local flavor with the local Ojibwa grandparents and parents who have been making these meals and personalizing them over the last couple 3 generations.
So it's kind of like a food history class that you get to eat at.
It is. There you go. It is a food history class because we're going to look at, of course, the Native American aspect of it, and what we call heritage cooking, which is there are several different groups of people here that settled here in the 1700s, 1800s, and 1900s, especially when we had copper mining. So you got the Finns, and you have the Irish, and you have the Italians, and they all had their own form of cuisine. They had their own way that they cooked. And one of them we are going to showcase, of course, are pasties.
I figured. I was waiting for it.
We are going to do pasties. We're going to talk about making crust for the pasties and how that changed over the years. Because, when you think about crust and pasty crust, Grandma used lard. Yeah. They don't do that as often anymore. We use Crisco or vegetable shortening, things like that. And so you have to weigh one against the other because there are certain, not even subtle differences with crust when you're using one over the other.
Oh, yeah, and I'm sure there are so many different families that have their own certain special way to do pasties.
And I'm sure that there are some that are not going to be willing to give up anything as far as recipes go. But, I would appreciate it if they could send us a few things. I talked to Jerry Jondro a while ago about doing things like this. I'm hoping I'll get him on board for his community sugar bush.
That'd be really cool.
He did something with us last year in one of the classes, and he is such a great so knowledgeable about the land and about Mother Earth and how they go to the trees and ask for permission. Yeah. And how that all evolves then from that point when permission is given all the way down to the final point where they're boiling and canning and straining and everything. So really fascinating stuff. And I think people, I don't care if you're not Native American, I think you should learn to understand that. You should understand why the Indigenous people do the things they do. Yeah, there's a reason for all that.
A lot of the native foods are just so healthy for you too a lot of the time too. So it's really worth it to get this knowledge because you can use it to implement in your own diet today.
Exactly. And we are going to we don't have dates for it yet, but we are going to have a wild rice workshop next month. Ooh, man. So we'll have that out and get it on Facebook and everything and maybe talk with you about it a little bit again later. But yeah, we're going to do that as well. So
going back for that's going back to the history because the process to get it usually is the exact same process they used to use back in the day.
And that is exactly how they're going to harvest it. And that's actually, I'm going to learn something as an instructor on how this works, because we're hoping to utilize one of my classes there to go out and actually go in and harvest and then prepare it, so that we can make recipes and present these at this workshop. And we'll have a dietitian there, we'll have a nutritionist there.
Wow, that's
we'll have
cool.
someone to speak to the Indigenous aspect of it. So yeah, I think it's going to be really great. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right, so getting some of the information out there. When is the semester starting officially?
Classes officially start on August 24th, which is a Monday. And you'll have, like right now, you can start signing up for classes, and there are plenty of classes to take there. Of course, not necessarily just mine, which are the food and nutrition classes, but you've got English, and you've got math, you've got ecology, environment, business. There's all sorts of things that you can get if you go through the whole process, receive an associate's degree in. Yeah. And they're all done by very well-educated, very passionate instructors that have gravitated towards this community college. And I think that they've made the college a great place to learn, especially. You don't get these kind of colleges just everywhere.
Absolutely.
And I think we are grateful and we are lucky to have people like Debbie Parrish and Tim Shanahan, who had over the years developed this whole process of getting everything in one place. Debbie getting the building as well. She's our president, of course, and our board of regents, just going to bat for everything that we got. And some of that stuff I know they had to fight for.
Yeah, for sure. And I just want to throw it out there, too. You're never too old, or it's never too late to further your education. These classes are right here in our community, available to everybody.
You're not, and your mom's going to kill me, but his mom was in my first beginning cooking class. So, no, you don't have to be a teenager just out of high school. We've had working moms and dads. We've had grandmas in these classes, and so I invite everybody, into my classes. But as well, if you're just looking for something to enrich yourself, there are all sorts of programs at the college that you can sign up for. And right now, it's open registration, so you should call the college and see if you can talk to somebody about getting into any one of those classes. And we do have some of that information up on Facebook, and I'm going to be putting it up on my Facebook page again in the next couple of days to remind people that here is everything that we have available, and to encourage everybody to come in and sign up.
All right, very good. The semester is coming up soon here, so get moving so you can get enrolled in classes and, I don't even know what the word, take advantage of this great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you.
I was getting ready, I know you can't see, but